Hello, welcome to Math 1324. This is Chapter 5, Section 1, Example 2. In this example, we want to find the maturity value and the amount of simple interest earned for this particular situation. $4,421 at 6.82% for 5 months. Okay, so here's the thing. We don't have the formula for this because the only thing we have right now is I is equal to PRT. And so what we're going to want to do is we're going to figure out what the future value is going to be. That's what we mean when we say maturity value. You should think future value. Now, future value is going to be denoted with the letter A. Also called the maturity value. And I think there's another. If I say it as we go along, I'll let you know. Anyway, here's what's going to happen. The actual maturity value, the future value, is going to be how much ever you put in today plus the interest that was earned. So it's the principal plus the interest. Now, this formula is going to be used quite a bit in this class, but if you notice, we actually already have a formula for the interest, PRT, because this is going to be simple interest here. So, A is going to be P plus whatever I is, in this case, PRT. But notice that there's a P here and there's a P here. There's two terms with the same factor, so that is a common factor, which means I can factor that out. And when I do that, I need to divide by P for each one of those factors. But the first P divided by P is just 1. And then plus, notice that the P goes away, which means that we're just left with RT there. So this formula should be thought of as the future value for simple interest. Good deal. And again, notice that there are, in fact, 4 different variables, A, P, R, and T. Okay, good. Now that we know all that, and I've got a little small gnat here annoying me. Maybe I got it. Okay, whatever. Anyway, let's go ahead and solve this question. So for this question, we have, again, 5 variables. A is the future value, or the maturity value. We don't know what that is. That's what we're trying to figure out. P is the present values, how much you have today. Or in other words, the principal. At 6.82%. Now 6.82%, remember to move the decimal left 2 places, which would give that 0.0682. Now notice that I noticed that because I moved that left 2. Anywhere where I see that trough without a number there, I put a 0. So 0.0682. And as for the time, it says 5, but it's 5 months. And remember, time needs to be in years. So ask yourself, how many years are there in how many months are there in a year? There's 12 of them. So take that 5. If we have 5 months, that means we have experienced 5 out of 12 months of the year. Good. So now let's go ahead and just plug it in the formula. That means that the future value, or the maturity value, will be P, which is 4421, times parentheses 1 plus the R of 0.0682 times the T, which is 5 over 12. And I'm not going to show typing this into the calculator. It's exactly the way it looks, and that's actually what I'm doing right now. I'm typing in 4421 parentheses 1 plus 0.0682 times 5 divided by 12. Close parentheses. Click enter. Good. And so what you'll see on the calculator is 4546.63 0083. But again, we're working with money, so we're going to cut this off after the cents, which is the second decimal place. This is a 0, so we're just going to keep this as the same value. So the actual answer here will be that the future value, or the maturity value, will be $4,546.63. Alrighty. Well, there you go. I'll see you in the next video. Have fun. Okay, so I forgot to do something. We only answered part of the question. We also wanted to know to find the amount of simple interest earned. In other words, what's I here? Well, we can do this a couple of different ways. We could go ahead and just plug in P, R, and T, and that works just fine. So you do 4421 times 0.0682 times 5 over 12, and that'll give you your answer. But notice that we had 4421 to begin with, and we know that the future value is this. So there's one thing you need to keep in mind. There is a formula. Well, it's not really a formula. It's a rearranging of this, A equals P plus I, to get I by itself. That I is the interest. So the actual more basic definition of I is that it is the future value minus the present value. In other words, the maturity value minus the present value. So the maturity value was 4546.63. The original, the principal, was 4421. So the actual interest earned was simply 4546.63 minus 4421, and because I am just so confident in my own ability to type stuff in, that's what I'm going to do, and that's going to give me 125.63. There you go. The amount of simple interest earned in this particular situation was $125.63. There you go. So actually, both of these are in fact the solution. Alrighty, now I'll see you in the next video. Have fun.